You are a single parent striving to make ends meet, doing everything you can to keep things together. You know the effort will be worth it because one day your child will be able to explore the world with a parent who supported them every step of the way. You are a first grade teacher with no partner and no children of your own, but every year you gain 30 new kids who look to you to explain how the world works. You teach them simple examples, basic mechanisms, and the fundamentals of information they will expand on for the rest of their lives. You are a 60-year-old business owner with 3 children who are now parents themselves. There is nothing left to teach them. They are successful because of their own choices and the support you gave them. Now you spend your time hosting seminars, teaching small business owners how to make decisions that will help them succeed. All of these examples come from different lives, different responsibilities, and different stages of adulthood. But they share similarities that connect them in meaningful ways. All of these examples share similarities represented by the picture on this slide. Each individual is a tree whose roots dig deep and build a supportive foundation that spreads into the lives of others. Even when not seen, the roots are there. The rest of the presentation will focus on that shared pattern. This is called generativity. It's the idea of contributing to someone else's growth in a way that continues beyond the moment. It shows up in the choices we make, the time we give, and the support we offer, all of which become part of someone else's foundation. Generativity is the act of guiding, teaching, or helping others move forward. It's creating impact that doesn't end with us, whether that's through parenting, teaching, mentoring, or simply being present in the ways that strengthen someone else's path. It's the belief that what we pour into others becomes part of their development. That knowledge we share, the encouragement we give, and the responsibility we take on all carry forward into their lives. This is exactly why I chose a tree and its roots for the image on the previous slide. When I was in elementary school, teachers used this metaphor to explain how actions and influence spread into the lives of others. I didn't know the official term back then, but I understood the idea. The individuals are the trees, and the roots represent the influence that extend outward, digging deep and building a supportive foundation for the people around them. This is generativity in action. Erickson introduced generativity in a stage called Generativity versus Stagnation. He described generativity as the desire to guide, support, and contribute to the growth of others through teaching, mentoring, and caring for the next generation. Young laid the foundation by showing that growth continues into adulthood. His work focused on introspection and inner development. Erickson built on this foundation and shifted the focus outward. He took Jung's introspective theory and turned it into an extrospective theory that emphasizes caring for others, contributing to society, and supporting long-term development. Erickson believed generativity appears in parenting, community involvement, cultural traditions, and everyday interactions. When people do not engage in these behaviors, they may experience stagnation, which is a sense of disconnection or a lack of purpose. This theory explains why generativity developed across adulthood and how it becomes part of relationships, work, and community involvement. Erickson's theory of generativity is great, but Kocher's idea of symbolic immortality made me feel seen. His work focuses on the human desire to leave something behind, which is the belief many people share. This is why people have children, volunteer their free time, or study to enter humanistic careers such as becoming doctors, therapists, or other helping professionals. Kocher explains that generativity is not only about guiding others in the present, it is also about creating something that continues after you are gone, whether that is knowledge, traditions, values, or contributions to your community. This idea connects to a theory I used to talk about with friends in high school when we explored what gives human meaning. We often said that people want to leave something behind, so they feel that their life mattered. Kocher's theory expanded generativity beyond Erickson's stage model. He explains that generativity can appear at any age and in many different forms. He identifies 4 types of generativity: biological, parenting, technical, and cultural. Biological generativity focuses on creating life. Parental generativity involves raising or guiding younger individuals. Technical generativity is about passing down skills, knowledge, and expertise. Cultural generativity involves preserving traditions, values, and stories so they can be carried forward. His approach shows that generativity is flexible and ongoing. It appears whenever people choose to invest in others, teach what they know, or contribute something meaningful that lasts beyond their own lifetime. There are many factors that affect the level of generativity in individuals. Some come from the environment around us, such as religion, education, and culture. These shape the values we grow up with, and the expectation placed on us. Culture can determine whether helping others is seen as a personal choice or a shared obligation. Christianity is a clear example of this because its teachings encourage people to care for others, serve their communities, and offer guidance with compassion, which reflects religion can influence how much responsibility we feel towards others. Education can further expand our ability to teach, guide, and support others as well. A personal example. I am Mexican and grew up within that culture. One thing we do is call respected adults tío or tía, aunt or uncle. even when they aren't related to us. We greet them with the same level of respect as our parents, and in return, they treat us like their own kids. This means lecturing, punishing, and scolding all come included. It's part of the cultural expectations that adults guide younger people, and younger people accept the guidance. The difference between this and the American culture I grew up in is in the contrast between collectivist and individualistic values. In collectivist cultures, generativity is built into everyday interactions because the group's well-being matters. In individualistic cultures, generativity still exists, but it often shows up through personal choice rather than their cultural expectations. There are many types of leadership. Some styles focus on collaboration, like the democratic approach where leaders involve the group in decision making. Others follow a laissez-faire style, which gives complete trust to the team and allows individuals to work with a high level of independence. Then there's servant leadership, which places priority on the team as a whole. The focus is on supporting people, building them up, and helping them succeed together. In servant leadership, there is no constant gap forming between the leader and the group like often happens in autocratic leadership. Instead, everyone builds, learns, and earns together. The leader serves the team, and the team grows because of that support. Servant leadership naturally encourages generative behaviors. When leaders put the needs of the others first, they create an environment where mentoring, teaching, and community involvement becomes part of the everyday interactions. A servant leader listens, guides, and invests time in helping people develop their strengths. This creates a cycle where individuals feel supported and then pass the support on to others. Servant leadership becomes generativity in action because it focuses on growth that continues beyond the leader and spreads through the community. I assess my generativity using the Loyola Generativity Scale. After completing all 20 questions, my total score was 38 out of 60. The scale measures how often a person engages in generative behaviors, and a higher score suggests stronger patterns of mentoring, teaching, guiding, and contributing to others. My score shows that I already demonstrate generative behavior, but I'm still developing in certain areas. When I reviewed the questions, I noticed that several factors influence where I fall on the scale. One major factor is my current position in life. I'm still on an upward path in my career and education. I have not finished school. I'm still working towards the level of experience where I can confidently say I have influenced a large number of people. Because of that, questions such as, I feel as though I have made a difference to many people, or I tried to pass along knowledge I have gained through my experiences, are harder for me to rate at the highest level. I know I am building towards those behaviors, but I'm still in the process of becoming the person who can fully embody them. My work history also affects my score. For the last 7 years, I have worked in the psychiatric field, and that environment naturally places me in a position where I guide and support others. I have had patients remember me 5 years later and greet me with positive regard and admiration. These moments show me that I have already created meaningful impact, even if I do not always recognize it. My personality traits play a major role in how I engage in generative actions. I have always been reflective, patient, and curious. These traits help me stay grounded when I'm supporting others, especially in settings that require emotional stability. Working in psychiatric care for 7 years has strengthened these traits even more. I learned how to listen, how to guide people through difficult moments, and how to stay calm when situations become chaotic. These qualities make generative behavior feel natural to me because they allow me to connect with people in a steady and supportive way. My analytical nature also influences my generativity. I tend to think deeply about people's experiences and motivations, which help me understand what they need. This makes mentoring and teaching easier because I can break things down, explain them clearly, and adjust to the person I am helping. My background in ABA adds to this. I am trained to observe, interpret, and respond with intention, and those skills directly support generative actions. My cultural background also shapes my generativity. Growing up Mexican and being raised in a collectivist environment taught me the importance of respecting elders, supporting family, and treating community members like extended relatives. My current activities show that I already engage in generative behavior even while I'm still growing in my career. Working in the psychiatric field has placed me in roles where mentoring, teaching, and supporting others happen every day. As a mental health worker, I guide patients through difficult moments, help them understand their emotions, and teach them skills to support their long-term well-being. These responsibilities require patience, empathy, and consistency, which are all traits to support generativity. My work as a behavior technician in ABA also demonstrates generative behavior. ABA focuses on teaching new skills, shaping positive behaviors, and helping clients build independence. In this role, I break down tasks, model behaviors, and reinforce progress. I spend time teaching communication skills, emotional regulation, and daily living skills. These are direct generative actions because they involve helping someone grow, learn, and develop abilities that will support them through their life. ABA requires steady guidance and clear communication, and those qualities align closely with generativity. Generativity also appears in my personal life. Friends who are treated like cousins often come to me for guidance or clarity when they are dealing with stress or uncertainty. I naturally take on the role of explaining things, helping them through decisions, or offering support when they need it. These everyday interactions show that generativity is not limited to professional settings. It shows up in the way I communicate, in the way I help others understand themselves, in the way I stay involved in the lives of the people around me. My future career goals will continue to increase my generativity as I move forward in psychology. I plan to become a psychologist and eventually transition into private practice. This path will place me in a position where mentoring, teaching, and supporting others become central parts of my work. As I gain more experience, I will be able to guide clients through long term growth, help them understand their patterns, and support them in building healthier lives. These responsibilities naturally increase generativity because they involve shaping someone's development over time. Finishing my education will also expand my ability to influence others. As I move into graduate level training, I will have opportunities to collaborate with classmates, support peers, and learn from supervisors who model generative behavior themselves. Over time, I will be able to mentor new students or younger clinicians entering the field. My background as a mental health worker and AB behavior technician already gives me experience in teaching skills, breaking down concepts, and helping people understand themselves. Those abilities will grow stronger as I advance in my career. There is a common task I have seen in friends and peers who grew up in collectivist cultures, and that is cooking for the whole village. Everyone defines their own village, but the idea stays the same. Not once did I see them cook only for themselves. There are still moments when someone sends a text saying, "Come over and eat," or they show up without asking and bring food for the entire unit. This is generativity in action, because it reflects the instinct to care for others, to include people, and to make sure no one is left out. For anyone who wants to maintain and increase generativity throughout their lives, these everyday cultural habits offer a clear example. Generativity does not always come in formal roles or professional titles. It shows up in simple actions like sharing food, inviting people into your space, and creating a sense of belonging. These behaviors strengthen the relationship and help people feel supportive, which is the foundation of generativity. People can continue generativity by staying connected to their communities. Hosting gatherings, checking in on friends, and keeping relationships active are ways to maintain a sense of shared responsibility. These actions create opportunities to guide, support, and mentor others in natural, everyday ways. Another way to increase generativity is by sharing knowledge. Teaching skills, offering advice, and helping others understand their experiences are all generative behaviors. Whether someone is in a professional field or simply helping a friend navigate a challenge, sharing what you know contributes to the growth of others. Community involvement also plays a major role. Volunteering, participating in local programs, or supporting people in needs helps maintain generativity across different stages of life. These actions allow individuals to give back, stay engaged, and contribute to the well-being of all the people around them.